America first, American first. We are bringing this discussion for more than past 6 months, and now everyone is witnessing that world is changing. First time people would have seen the war between India and Pakistan, means the conflict between India and Pakistan. It raised to a war level, but somehow Donald Trump came into the picture, and then there is a ceasefire between India and Pakistan. How long this ceasefire would continue, that is matter of time, and that is a need for the war that will be for the India. Anyway, India has refused any mediation of the Donald Trump as far as ceasefire of India and Pakistan is concerned. But globally, it is understood that ceasefire has been achieved out of the way, so sudden. It is only possible with the intervention of very powerful country. So now Donald Trump is kind of, he is bubbling now. So he is in bubble phase since he set the ceasefire between India and Pakistan. Now he is trying his luck again with the Russia and Ukraine. After all, 300 more, around 350 billion dollar, 380 billion, 84 billion dollar, America has supported Ukraine in past 3 years. 384 billion dollar. Now, America was in hurry when Donald Trump became Prime Minister, 47th President of United States. At that time, he showed hurry toward the settlement of Russia and Ukraine war so that it can get back its $380 billion in terms of mining of the natural resources from the Ukraine. But anyway, the mediation between Russia and Ukraine that America had started, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of the State, Marco Rubio, and I forgot the name. Okay, the Middle East representative of United States. Both they started discussion with the Russian counterpart in the Riyadh. I believe two times discussion happened, and from Russia, the person who took part was Foreign Minister of the Russia, Mr. Sergei Lavrov. So they took part in the negotiation discussion or ceasefire agreement in Riyadh. Two times it happened, but more or less it was futile only. And it was expected that it will never happen. Russia and Ukraine ceasefire would never happen. Suppose that Donald Trump tried calling Mr. Putin on telephone, but also it did not work out very well on the ground. 1 month ceasefire was discussed, but nothing happened. More or less nothing happened. Now, after the India and Pakistan's successful ceasefire and very successful visit of Mr. Donald Trump in the Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and the Qatar, now he is trying again that there will be ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, so that the stature of Donald Trump as a president of United States, being the most powerful person in the world, that stature would go up. Okay, so he is trying his luck again, and he made a video conferencing call with Mr. Putin yesterday. So today is, I believe, today is Tuesday. Monday there was a video conferencing call between Mr. Putin and Mr. Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is pressurizing Mr. Putin that he would propose Zelensky to come to negotiation table. Not Zelensky would propose, nor United States would propose. There is one round of direct discussion between Russia and Ukraine has has already happened in Istanbul last week. Istanbul means Turkey. Erdogan, he is the president of Turkey, and in his mediation, one round of delegation from the Russia and Ukraine, one discussion has happened in the Istanbul past week, and there was no much progress in that. And in that way, Miss Putin and Zelensky, they did not participate. Though Zelensky wanted to have one-on-one discussion with Putin, but somehow that did not happen. Delegation they met in the Istanbul, and anyway, after that, the Ukrainian part, they made allegation over Russia that Russia is not serious about the ceasefire. Now Donald Trump is directing Putin to propose now again a direct discussion with Zelensky. And who would mediate this discussion or ceasefire agreement or deal between Russia and Ukraine? Pope of Vatican. So Vatican City Pope. He is the religious body. I would say the biggest religious person in the world because Christian population is highest in the world. So he is the biggest religious entity in the world, entity or anything that is the big better word. So probably this would not be better word. Whatever, he has the highest stature as far as religion is concerned in the world. So in that way, Pope of Vatican City, he would mediate between the Russia and Ukraine. So Putin and Zelensky, Mr. Putin and Mr. Zelensky, they would travel to the Rome. They would travel to the Vatican City near Rome, and then there will be mediation. This is what Donald Trump is suggesting, whatever it is. Now, Mr. Putin, after the discussion with Donald Trump, again and again, he is reiterating that the root cause of the problem should be eliminated. What is root cause of the problem? Root cause of the problem. There are two root cause of the problem. First root cause of the problem is extremely high support of European Union and America. Okay, for 3 months Donald Trump is there, but prior to that, unprecedented support from America that Ukraine received in 3 years, $384 billion support that will be considered as unprecedented support. Similar support came from in European Union also. Now, Mr. Putin is saying this support has to go away. The way he is receiving from the Western side, that support has to go away. This is what Putin is saying. Second problem is the sanctions on Russia. Now, Russia and Ukraine, more or less, Soviet Union got disintegrated into many countries. In that way, only two countries they came as a kind of successor of Soviet Union. One is Russia, one is Ukraine. Otherwise, other countries they did not come forward to take this as a successor position of the Soviet Union. But these two countries came forward, and difference between Russia and Ukraine is Russia is east oriented, means China, North Korea, India, east oriented means Asia support Russia, whereas Ukraine is west supported. Full European Union, Canada, United States, it support Ukraine, and these countries were very powerful in last 30 years when liberalization started after Soviet Union breakup, and the way American and European Union multinational company they started showing their presence around the globe, their hegemony, their control over the trade, that made Ukraine ahead of Russia more or less. Tons of investment, companies investment happened in Europe. Whoever was rooting to the Russia, they started rooting to the Ukraine. Students who wanted to study in Russia, they were going to study. They started going to the Ukraine. Anyway, so root cause of the problem is that all the sanction that is there with the Russia to the Russia from the United States, that sanction should go over, go away. Then only Russia would go for the negotiation, or Russia would go for the ceasefire. This is what Mr. Putin is saying. Anyway, now what is solution to this problem? Everyone would be thinking, what is solution to this problem? Solution to this problem is Russia has to come up. If Russia, the problem to this solution is Russia and Ukraine both are thinking that they are successor of Soviet Union, and who will be successor of Soviet Union, who will be much ahead of other, much ahead of the other. Now in that fashion, Russia has to promote itself. Russia has to show its superiority. Russia has to show its superiority in the worldwide trade. Russia has to show its superiority the way Soviet Union was superior. So Russia has to come up. Russia cannot be in parallel to Ukraine, and then it will solve the Russia problem. Once Russia start coming up, automatically, naturally, problem will be resolved. The way China has done, the way China has come up, no one can compete with the China. No one can put sanctions on China. United States has no idea how to put sanction on China. Now China is world leader in export. Now that level Russia has to come up. When Russia will come up to that level, then problem will be resolved automatically. Everyone will start rooting to the Russia only, not to the Ukraine. Every company in the world, rather than investing into the Ukraine, they will start investing into Russia. Everywhere Russia everywhere Russia will come into the picture because the size of Russia is very big. So that is the probably that is